Howdy doody everybody, how's it going? It's Yvonne here and I'm here for another small tutorial. This I made with, I was curious because I heard some feedback on the foam, glitter foam from the dollar store, our Dollarama store here in Canada. So I wanted to see how it worked and if it did work and if it was worthwhile. So this is my results. I'm quite amazed actually at how easy it was to cut and how easy it was to put together. So stick around because we're going to have our fun with making a card like this in what we have today, 31 degrees minus the humidity. So I'll be right back to show you what I've used. Okay, so this is what I used. I used a typical card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I folded it to make my card base. Voila, simple, easy, we all have that. Then I used a piece of acetate from these are 20 sheets of embossable window plastic. The only thing that I will not do again, which I should have known, but is I used my little puff here and did all the acetate in order for it not to cling to it. That's fine, but I should have wiped it off after, because what it did is I found that it left a film, so it's not clear. You might be able to see it close up, but it's not so bad, but I know it should have been cleaner than this. I just love that snow in there. It's just unreal. And another thing that I used is this stamp tag. Any cutout will do. If you have a cutting machine, you can probably manage to cut one out. I used this one, and I'll tell you, with this one here, I cut out this piece here. With this piece here, I cut out the background. What I was left with was the blue cutout panel and the green cutout panel. And that's when I thought, I want to do a shaker card with that. So the sky's the limit, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to show you. And then another thing that I've used is obviously my glue gun. And I use some of this to create my dimensional card here with the shaker, but you can use whatever you want. These I bought on Amazon. They're just little white pills or whatever. I think they're kind of like little foam balls, but I really like it. You could use any kind of sequence, anything that you normally use. I've used this, which is in Island Indigo, for my stamping inside the card, just because I felt it matched. It was in the blues. It was a little different and non-traditional, the blues. But that's what I used. And I used this stamp here, which says Mary, and I have a whole bunch of stamps and different things that I've purchased all over the place. So to tell you the truth, where this comes from, I'm not really 100% sure. But any stamp will do, because I have certain things. Doesn't mean that you can't do it. You just got to use what you have. And that good old Dollarama Store foam. This was $1.25. There were blue, green sheets also involved in it. And this is what I cut out. And people, I am super impressed with this. So let me get started. Let's try the traditional green with the red this time, and see what I can come out with on camera to show you how easy it is. I'm going to use the same die. Why not? I'm going to use the same die just to show you how nice this can be. The first thing I did was cut this in half. I didn't want it to get all squished up for no reason if I'm just going to use half of it. And I did the same thing with this piece. I just cut it in half, keep the other half for something else. I might come with a brainwave. And then I ran this one in here and the other one into the red, which is here. or vice versa. I'm going to do the background red, and I am going to do this part in the red. I'll be right back. I'm just going to put this in my Big Shot. I found that by using my Big Shot, I had more precise cut than cutting into my Gemini electronic cutter. And I can cut through the Gemini, but I found that I could control my cuts so much better without having to add shims and so forth with my Big Shot. There's nothing like a manual Big Shot. I've had mine for years, and I still find that it cuts like a charm, just like butter. And sometimes I love my Gemini, don't get me wrong, especially if I'm mass producing. There's a lot less turning of it, and I have the regular Gemini and not the Junior, so whenever I have a lot of cutting of the same, or a big thing to cut, I normally would use my Gemini. Now, as you'll see, I didn't particularly center anything, which maybe I should have, but kind of crafter I am, I don't pay attention sometimes. And this cuts so well that, like, how better can you have it than that? And look at this. This is the green that I'm holding off. Look at this. When I push this off, I always work from the back to make life easier. Look how easy that is to come off. And I mean, you know, you can't have it in it. I mean, it's just as good as any other things that I've used, any other supplies. I mean, it might be dollar store, but it doesn't mean that it can't work. As you can tell here, and even the three little stars, which I have added up here, but I mean, you could put it anywheres. Even that pops right out, just like this. And now, what I've done with this part is, maybe some of you didn't realize this, but this is peel and stick glitter. That's the one I bought. There may be other ones I didn't see it at my store. I don't have a super big dollar store because I'm in a little community, but I'll just add that like that. And look how pretty that is and how easy it is. And it just attaches so easy. I just want to line it up before it, because it's stretchable. If you pull on it, it'll stretch out of shape. But if you deposit it very easily, like this, you will have yourself, look at that. And that's very taut on here. Just super, super, super great. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, all I did at this point was cut out Noel on this one here. And you could actually do anything you wanted, but I decided to cut Noel out of my individual letters, which I have. So I'm going to add, just to be the same as before, I'm going to add my 3 stars just by peeling out the back like that, adding a star there. Just can't see that going to waste. They're cute, tiny little stars like that. Anything will work for that. Like, if you want to have the tree straight, there you go, like that. Now, I'm going to take this, and all I'm going to do is take my background here, like this, and I'm going to find myself a piece of scrap that I can add on the background. So, in order to do that, you can pick whatever you have. I have tons of, well, not tons, but I do have quite a fair amount of scraps here. I'm just going to grab one that I think will go appropriately, and I am going to cut myself a little background, and I'm going to attach it to that. Now, for those of you who haven't done any Christmas cards or anything yet, now is your time, because it is that time of year to start getting your Christmas cards done in order for it to be ready for Christmas, is what I have to say. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to have to pull out here my larger cutter, make room, because you know how these cutters are, they can be stubborn. And I'm going to cut at 4, one piece at 4, and the other piece, the other side, at 5 1/4. There you go, 5 1/4. That makes my base card here, like so. And now I'm going to add, I'm going to go in my paper stash here that I have, and I'm going to choose a nice Christmassy paper. Oh, I love this. Let me try this. I have this. Oh, maybe that's too much. Should I have something in the red? I think that'll look really nice if I use that. This is all bits and pieces of Christmas stuff that I have. And I've had for quite a while, some of them, and some of them not so much. But this would be pretty too. I think I'm going to use this. Or how about this? Would this be good? Yes, that would give it a little bit of all, huh? So, alright, so you can tell. And that's as easy as that. You just go through your stashes. Don't be afraid to use what you've got. And just go for it. Just go for it. Because, you know, crafting is all about what you create. There's no wrong way of creating. And there are no errors in crafting. Crafting is all about being different. It's different. And there's no two that are alike. Even if you try, there are no two. And that's fine. There's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with it at all. This is not the right size. I love that little cutter. I just wish it was 6 inches, and I've seen they've come out with some, and I do believe I'm going to purchase one because I just find it's perfect for my desk. It doesn't take a lot of room. But that's me, always looking for my gadgets. And the weather's been beautiful here this summer. I normally start my Christmas cards in July, which I do. I am getting myself ready to teach or to share some knowledge by having classes and tutorials and such come September. So I'm hoping I'll have a pretty good turnout. I definitely have the house for it. So I've got myself set up. My other room for teaching, my classroom, is just off of this one. So I'm hoping that I will have a good turnout. Time will tell. So now I'm going to peel off the back of this. Don't even have to put any glue on it. And I am going to add this as straight as I can without tearing my paper, because this stuff sticks really good. Okay, so I think I'm way off. I have only one eye that works, so for me just put things straight is a challenge. Bad enough when we have 2 eyes, right guys? I only have one functioning. So, okay, so there you go. That is, I love that. Love it. I don't know if you can tell, if that's too sparkly for you guys on the camera, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And then I just adhere it to the back here, like this. And add it to here, like that. All right, let me try this again. That's perfect. Now look at the pretty card, and all I need to do is put a sentiment here, which I can do Noel, I can do whatever I want, really. I could even print one out and add one there if I wanted to. And there you have a card, that easily. Now, that's to mimic that one. Now, to show you what I did with this one, normally this would be known for scraps, but because of the way it is, I just kind of lined it up one on top of the other, and this is what I came up with. The red is bigger, so I'm going to put them here. And look at the nice frame. I thought to myself, I can do this. So I peel this one off, peel the back instead of chucking it in the garbage. Well, and if I'd been smart, I'd have done it really, really in the middle of the panel, but I didn't measure anything. I just laid it down. And all I'm going to do is lay my as close as I can to have it even. Like that. Not hard, it's just that it's sticky. Very sticky. But fun, fun, fun. I mean, you know, and like I said, I had all those colors for $1.25 a piece. I mean, I don't know about you, but you don't get much for $1.25 these days. And this here gives a lot of spunk and a lot of character. And if you had like a unicorn head or something like that, you could color match that in a swap. See? See how pretty that is? And it's a nice frame. So all I did from here, I did it on my cutter, but cut. And I kind of eyeballed it there too. And did that. And look, guys, how much better can you have than that? And my acetate sheet that I showed you right here, all I did was remove the adhesive from the back and laid it on top. And then I cut my way all the way around, all around the adhesive, and that's when I built my box with this. And then when I added it on the card, as you can tell, I mean, this was all white. That's fine. It didn't not white, but I mean, it had the green. You can kind of tell here where the blue and the green. But I just had this little piece of rope that was almost exact same. And I thought, oh, that would be kind of nice. Rope, the rope kind of fit with the horse. So I took my Fabri-Tac, good old Fabri-Tac, added a bead all the way around, put my rope up, and here you go. You got yourself a shaker card, and I insert the insert. Now this one here, you're probably wondering what I did for the horse, buggy, and whatever. This came from Lawn Fun. I've had this again for years, so I'm not sure if it even is still available, but these are the 3 dies right here. And they had the little house, the little cart with the horse, and the trees, and I just kind of cut it to make it fit with the trees here and so forth. And the sleigh ride here, I just added it in an angle going up towards the village, is what my vision was. And with the little round beads, it looks like snow. It's perfect. It's just perfect. To me it is anyway. And I just spread out, let it snow. That's another font. That's another strip from oh, I've lost my train of thought, guys. Let me get it out here for you. can't find it right at the moment. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Here it is. There again, Lawn Fawn. Sorry about that, guys. Lawn Fawn, one says, let it snow. It cuts out really easy. And all I did, instead of taking that little dot, I just punched out a little star and added the star on top. And Merry Christmas. So I could do one of these and even put Merry Christmas across there. Cut it out like on here. I could cut it once I cut it on my cutter and put Merry Christmas. I might just do that instead of putting them out. And the same thing here. Like, you know, I just add the horses and so forth. I built the scene in the back, and there's my decor. I hope this all makes sense to you. If you got any questions, please email me. I'd be more than glad to help you. And if you have, if you've liked this video, please click like on it or leave me a comment. That would even be better. I am trying to build up my YouTube channel. And what can I say? I'll be back with more, I guarantee you. So have yourself a wonderful day. But the most important thing, be happy. This is Yvonne, and I'm signing off for now. Bye-bye.